to Knit One,
Part 2, episode 171.
I'm Sheila D. Yeah. I'm Sheila, also known as Sheila D37. I'm back!
I'm Penny Winnie, also known as Wendy. Yeah, Sheila's been away from it because I recorded from Maine last week.
And I was working.
And you were working.
And working.
I was not. I was on vacation.
Working. Although we did go away for a weekend.
I know. You had a nice weekend.
We did. I didn't get burned. Anytime I don't get fried, it's a good weekend in
my
book.
Weekend. So our big shout out is we are expecting another prize donation. We have one on the way from the United Kingdom from Knit Run Dig.
Yes.
And we already announced that. But we have a skein, I believe it will be a skein of Into the World from a viewer who also wanted to give a prize anonymously.
So how many is that now? Like 7?
So we have the wool mice, the yarn that Lisa donated, the gift card to Webs.
Yeah.
It's all in the prize thread. The bag and the yarn and the stitch markers, the Into the World yarn, and somebody's donating a pattern. So we have like 7 prizes.
That's good.
I know. I'm really happy about it. And I know that a lot of shawls are being collected as we speak. So thank you to everyone who's participating and sent things in.
We really do appreciate it.
We really do appreciate it. The people who receive them are going to be so grateful.
Yes.
And like I said, I know a lot of us have shawls that we never wear, that we loved knitting, but that we don't know what to do with. And this is a great way to pass it on to somebody who it will really be special to. I know I don't like to gift my hand knits unless I'm sure the person who receives them is really grateful. These are all going to be
they're going to be very grateful recipients.
So it's a good thing. It's a good thing. And the other shout out is that Coggy, who you might know as Carrie Weimer from High Fiber Diet, she does an audio podcast, and she also hosts Knittin' in the Mitten retreat. She has a new pattern out called Went to Courtin'. It's a cowl, and we're going to have a 2-week contest for that. So that'll all happen at the end in Gossip and Innuendo, and we are drawing prizes for 3, count them, 3 contests this week.
So just also a reminder, we have the shawl along. So
That's
post
the
your shawl. That's the charity
shawl.
shawl. Post. It doesn't have to be knit now. If you just want to donate it.
Yep.
It can be donated crocheted, woven, knitted.
Anything.
Any yarn, any weight.
Yep. It's all up in the air.
Yep. Also, just since it's the first full week of August, and we will also put up a thread for our August stash down.
Yep.
Along, whatever you want to call it.
So lots going on. We're drawing the prize for the Mitered Square book. I ran that out another week because I forgot to put up the contest thread. And we're currently running a contest for the Mystik Shawls. Next week, we'll be reviewing the 3rd book that Cooperative Press sent us, and we will draw for the Mystik Shawls prize then. So check out all the threads. There's a lot of stuff going on where you could win some. We have a lot going on in the Ravelry group for things that you can win. So
check it out.
Check it out and try to win something. Sorry.
I'm a little
sweaty because I've been working all day in my house, not at a job, in my house working.
She's been doing physical labor where I've just been working and making money.
I don't get paid. It's I'm like a slave. I just slave in my house all day. So that's it for shout outs. It's your week to go first. So you are on the
needles, on the dance card. I have 2 things going on the dance card. You saw the first thing. Oh, Sugar Plum Fairy. I don't think I have the name of it. Yeah, that's my swear word of choice. So just
where is it? Because I'll just know the name of it.
What do you mean? Where is it? It's in my project. So I don't know.
It's that.
It's this.
I don't remember the name of that.
My Pretty in Blue City Creek Cowl by Susan Lawrence. It's a free pattern. The pattern is off of a website. So I'm using my Madeline Tosh Vintage, and we're both a little concerned about whether or not it's going to be big. It's obviously a close-fitting cowl. So maybe after I do this, I may put them on longer needles to check.
I would. I mean, it's going
it's
to
a
be
very
blocked
stretch.
really hard.
It's meant to be blocked really hard.
I think it'll be fine, but
if I put it on and I don't like it, it will be ripped out.
I know, you'll need to. I mean,
only because that's me.
If you don't like wearing it, what's the point?
It's good yarn, and I want to make sure that I like it. So, City Creek cowl. The color on the screen is not what it is. It's called Blue Nile. I'd call it a turquoise.
Yeah, it's a turquoise blue. It's really pretty. That looks more royal blue. This is really turquoise.
And it's cables, and I'm really enjoying it.
It's pretty.
Except for it's been in my car for most of the week, so I kind of forgot about it. It goes quick when I actually sit in it. So, it's on size 10 needles, Madeline Tosh Vintage. And if I don't like it, it will be ripped out because I'm one of those that I will not just
What's the point?
Waste good yarn.
Yeah. If you love the yarn, you need to find a project that you'll use.
My other item on the needles, I had cast these on a while ago. I could probably tell you exactly when. Back in March. They've been sitting doing nothing. And I didn't have much. Actually, I only had this much done. Like, just the toe.
Yeah. So
it's Miss Babs. Denim color is the main color, and the light blue, if I can find it, was a surprise from the Podcaster Challenge.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
how old this is. We all got, oh, wow. It lightens up.
Oh, the sun came out. There, now you can see that color
not
much
quite the
better.
same color, but we all got little mini skeins. I don't know how big the skein is, but it's a blue. It's a light blue. And here's my sock. I'm just doing a toe up, but I wanted to add a little pizzazz. So I'm doing a 2x2, sorry for the stitch marker there, 2x2 cable.
There you go. You can see it right there.
And I couldn't find anything like, I don't know if there's a pattern out there, so I just threw a 2x2 cable in there. There's no background stitches, there's no garter stitch, there's no moss stitch around it.
It's a cable that flows right into the stockinette of the sock.
It really looks good, actually.
I really like it too.
Part of the reason I did it is it's 60 stitches, but this is a DK weight.
Mm-hmm.
I'm doing it on 1.5 needles, so it's actually bigger than I really need it to be, so I'm trying to pull it in a little bit, just a little.
Oh,
I didn't want too many cables because then it would pull it in too much.
And you didn't want anything you had to look at a chart for.
Yeah, that too. So this is what this is reminding me of, is because I still really don't read cables well. I think I can, but it's 4-stitch repeat. I cable, I knit 3 rows, I cable. So this is just to remind me how many rows I need to go before I have to do a cable. It's the way I roll. Shut up.
Hey, I didn't say anything.
So this is what I've been bringing to work. So this is the new project that my work
project.
And actually, like I said, this is where I was when I started it. And this is how much I've done.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, I'm getting close to the heel. So I'm doing this via, it's going to be fish lips.
That's okay.
Fish lips. So in the pattern, which is only $1, so I would highly suggest you do it because it's worth it, it tells you to make a footprint. And I did. So I have this at work so I don't have to keep trying it on. So this is where I'll stop my heel at that little line there. I'm not sure what this one's for, but I don't remember.
If you read the pattern, all mysteries will be revealed.
I just don't remember what it was for. There's a reason for it, I'm sure. But I don't remember. So that's what is on my needles.
That's awesome. On my needles, well, I have to tell you, as a little update, I have been spending the last week moving the rest of our files off of Blip onto YouTube and archive.org and setting up the blog so that if I do alter the default on our RSS feed, some of the older shows will also show up on iTunes. I have to look into how many I can put on there without blowing our feed up. And I have to be really careful because when I change the default, I'm actually messing with the programming of the actual feed. So I don't want to do anything,
That's going to do it.
I have to look into this carefully before I do anything. But, so anyway, that's all, literally all I've been doing since I came back from Maine. I've spun for maybe an hour. I knit for maybe an hour, and the rest of the time I've been sitting on my butt working on the computer with this and watching Rusty the floor guy put my floor in. So I have stuff on the needles, but it has not advanced very far. So I showed you last week that I had this mitten done.
Oh.
And I knit a little bit more on it, not much.
Ooh, nice.
Isn't that warm? But look, I did not, it came unstitched. I need to fix it.
The warm and cool came out kind of good.
I know, I kind of like it. I love the other side. So this is the beginning of the other one. Sorry, we have the kids over. I don't know if I just, see, I totally didn't, I didn't sew in this end.
Oh, all right.
It's just loose. But I think these came out, and they're super soft and warm, and when they're blocked, I think they're going to just be really pretty. So yeah, this much. This is my cool and warm project that I have in my 2-color bag here. You can see they're in there. This is what the yarns look. I still have a ton of yarn left.
That's good.
And I'm really enjoying doing it, but I just haven't had a lot of time to work on it. So, and I need to look at this and see if I'm using the right size needles, because I think I'm not.
Ooh.
So that's the number 1 thing on the needles. Number 2 on the needles is my Star Leaves shawl. I didn't even bother bringing this to Maine with me because it has beading. So it has just stagnated. My lace knitting mojo is at a low right now. It just, I think I just have, I don't know why, I'm just really into knitting warmer things. You'd think it would be the opposite since it's summer. Mm-hmm. But this is the Star Leaf shawl by Jenny Johnson Jonan. It's out of Fleece Artist. Saldana 2 lace in the Stardust colorway. And I have 2 lace shawls that I'm working on right now, plus that horrible silk shawl that I don't know what to, I have to rip it out. Seashell shawl that I'm not going to have enough yarn left to do the edging.
You going to rip it out?
I have to rip out the edging.
Oh.
What I need to do is only do the edging up one side and then knit it down the other side and then just bind off the top. It's just one of those things. There's just not going to be enough yarn left for me to do it. So, and they don't make that yarn anymore, and they don't make that colorway, and even if they did, it's Blue Moon fiber, and it probably wouldn't match.
Be the same, no.
No. So, yeah. So that's my sad lace knitting saga. And then the poor little guy, and it seemed like I had so much time to do Rita the Rabbit, but I really got to get cracking on this.
Yeah.
Her birthday party is at the end of the month.
Well, you can always give it to her on her actual birthday.
Yeah, I know. I might use that excuse, believe me. And that is all that I have on the dance card.
Finished objects. Rate your dates. I have a date to rate since the last time I podcasted. I have socks.
Yay!
I don't think I rated these.
I don't think you did.
So I finally finished my Seriously socks. I did these, I don't know when. How long ago did I do these? My striped spirals I started back in May. I finished them, although it doesn't say I finished them, but I finished them about 2 weeks ago.
So there's the regular.
So this is the regular one.
Here, I'll hold it up.
Yeah, I didn't bring any blocks.
If you had told me, I would have given you mine. But
and then this is the one with the Mystik Spiral on it from Josh Reichs.
Yeah.
Reichs, which I enjoy, and I love it. Actually, I kind of like the fact that it's 1-in-1.
Yeah.
But I wanted something mindless. This is, I did these all at work. So they needed to stay mindless. So I really enjoy it, and I can't wait. Don't get me wrong, I love the warmer weather, but I can't wait for cool weather to come so I can start wearing all my socks again.
Yeah.
Yeah, I really miss wearing my socks.
Me too. Mine are all upstairs getting ready for the big wash. And
mine already were washed, although I should probably put some stuff in my drawer to prevent them from getting moth-eaten.
Mine are in moth detention right now.
Yeah, mine aren't. But my old job at the rehab facility, I was able to wear my wool socks year-round because it was so cold in the lab. Now, I'm really not in the lab, per se. Mm-hmm. I'm just in the phlebotomy area, so it gets a little warm. Me, who's always cold, never thought I'd be like, I go like this. It's just...
Aww.
And some days when I wear my hair down, if it's really hot outside, it gets sticky in the back. I have an elastic to put it up because it gets so bad. Which it's never been that way. So, and it's just because the lab is what it is. Everybody's like, I'm hot. I'm like, I'm comfortable. I'm hoping for cooler weather come the lab. Otherwise, I will be severely disappointed.
Although the weather has been nice this week.
And I have another finished object, but it's not really knitting related. We did some tie-dye this weekend, and this is my tie-dyed shirt. I bought it really big. I can't find the beginning. Sorry.
There you
I
go.
bought it really big because I like to wear
like
things
it.
like this at home. I tried to do a mirror effect. I don't know if it worked, but I like the green. The green came out really well. This has already been washed once. Like, I rinsed it out and washed it because it came out really good.
Yeah.
Really, and I made some other ones. I like this. So tomorrow we're supposed to be meeting up with my brother. I'm going to see if I can talk my guys into wearing all their tie-dye.
Cool. I bet they will.
Including my husband, because he's done a couple.
That's cool.
Oh, and I forgot. Let me show you one more.
Oh, your socks!
Tie-dyed some cotton socks.
That's fun.
It was fun. I'd like to knit a pair. I'm sorry, I'm out of the screen. Knit a pair of white socks and try the tie-dye method. I've seen that.
Fun.
I've seen it on Ravelry.
That'd be a lot of fun. That's
if you can get past knitting white socks.
Yeah, if we had a sock machine. If only we had a sock machine. All of our fantasies could come true.
No kidding. Then those coworkers that keep bugging me for socks,
No,
they
seriously,
get their socks.
We could just crank them out.
No kidding, because they're like, how long does that take you? I'm like, too long for you. Sorry.
People who don't knit just don't know how long it takes
No,
to
they
make a
don't.
sock.
I think that's it.
I have one finished object. So I showed you last week. Sheila has not seen this yet, I don't think. I made these seamless baby booties.
Oh.
Are these not so cute?
What are those for?
They're like a friend of mine who's having a baby.
Oh, okay. I was going to say because... Oh, okay.
And I made this.
Like, your niece is too big for this.
No, I made a Little Scallops hat that goes with it. It's meant to be slouchy. According to the pattern, it's a slouchy hat. And I added a little pom-pom on the top because I thought it was super cute.
That is so cute.
Is that not so cute?
Yeah, I forgot about that.
And I knit it from Plymouth Encore.
Nice.
Which I got at the yarn store that we went to up in Belfast, Maine, me and Lois, Heavenly Soft Yarns. So this little set is done, but I'm thinking I might do a pair of mittens that have
like the fingerless
the
mittens?
scallop, yeah, the little ones that are blob. They have like just a little scallop and then the green, so that it would be like a whole set. But I thought that came out super cute.
It is super cute.
This pattern idea I got in the store because the lady that owns it had samples hung up with a little card that told you the name of the pattern, where you could find it, if it was free or if it was paid, what kind of yarn they used, what weight, and what needles.
Nice.
So I saw the two little things, and I was like, that I liked, because you can't see it very well, because I like the way it looks when I curl this cuff. I think it looks like, but see, it has this cute little, like, scallopy.
Yeah.
It has this texture, kind of ties in with the scallops. So I thought, oh, I'd really like to, who knows? Okay. I'd really like to do this, and I just like the way they look like little Eskimo boots.
They do look like Eskimo
This is
boots.
the best toe-up, top-down seamless booty that I've ever knit. It was so easy. There was no picking up of stitches.
The one I'm... Oh, okay. No, the one that I made,
Yeah.
I think you pick up stitches.
There was no... It was just really easy.
Cool.
It's one of the best ones. I would knit it again. So it was a paid pattern, but it was worth the money. So anyway, yeah, that's all done, and I'm storing that in my mirror. What does the fox say? I love this bag from Knitting's My Bag. She actually didn't have any of these. She was selling a zipped version, but I had to have fox, so I asked her, and she made me a custom pattern. And it's two-toned because she did not actually have enough of the fox left.
I like the bow tie on it.
I do too. And the inside is bow ties too. So I'm very happy. But that's my FO.
I have to say on the bag, just a side note, there was a bag, zippered bag that I wanted, but it was gone. And I'm like, oh wow, but it wasn't meant. It was pretty close to it. It was not meant to be. I'm like, okay, not meant to be. It's all right. Wasn't meant to be.
Well, you know, you can always do a custom with Lois.
I know.
And I was lucky. Did you see the other one I bought?
No, but it wasn't meant to be.
It wasn't meant to
spend
be.
the money. That's pretty.
I love this one. I showed it already last week. It had some yarn from Maine in it, but I love the dog. sitting in the breeze with his little ears. It reminds me of Skippy.
Oh, yeah.
It reminds me of Skippy. It's getting to be that Skippy time of year.
Is it?
Yeah. So, anyway, that's all for Rate Your Date.
Yeah.
Whirlwind Romance.
Nothing.
Someday I know you are going to say,
I
have a whirlwind romance.
I'm going to shock the
and
heck
I'm
out
going
of
to fall right down. So I showed them last week, but I have spun more. So these are the 2 bobbins.
Now you're applying 2 of these bobbins eventually with one of those.
With one of these, and I have almost a full bobbin on my wheel. I just didn't take it off. So I'm hoping that next week you will see a skein. I should be able to get 2 or 3 skeins out of this.
Nice.
So two or 3. It depends on how much is on each of these bobbins. Yeah, hopefully you will see some actual yarn next week. There are probably 3.5 ounces on each of these. So, and I'm making a 3-ply. And this is a blend of Spunky Eclectic, Diabolical Yarn, and Biltmore Fibers that I blended by ripping and randomly doing it. And this is a blend of Frabjous Fibers and Into the World.
Nice.
So we'll see how that finally matches up. Hopefully next week, assuming that I have time to get any spinning. Actually, I will have spinning time this weekend because I'm going to a fiber revival.
Oh.
So that's it for my Whirlwind Romance. Future date.
Thank you. I'm like, I have no clue. I have no clue. Future dates. I have something I'm thinking of. I'll have to talk to Wendy about it. I got a baby I need to knit for. And I'm thinking of the colors, and I'm trying to think best way to do it. I think the diagonal blanket, I just like blankets. There's so much, they're nice and easy, and I like them to be the wubbies. I don't want anything fancy.
Exactly.
Mindless. So I think I might do the diagonal because even though it gets bigger, at some point it gets smaller.
Yeah.
Instead of a square that I did.
Well, I have to say, this is pretty nice yarn. I never knit with Plymouth Encore before.
I always use cotton, you know me.
Yeah.
So, I think that might be my future date. I forgot about that. Seeing your baby thing reminded me I have a baby thing from my cousin that I need to do.
So
on that note, that's my future date, so that may end up well, no, because I'll still knit this in the work. I just might not knit, I don't know, I'll have to figure that one out.
It'll all come together.
Other than that,
my only future date is to actually finish my dates. I need to finish the 4 things that I showed you, or the 3 things, and then I need to finish about 6 more things, or frog. I'm going to do a finish it or frog it later this month and just sit down and evaluate.
Knittables, Diane at Knittables did a frog it. Did you see
I
that?
saw that, and I was like,
she
you know what?
frogged about 4 or 5
You know,
projects.
I need to do that. There are some projects that got started that I lost the love for, and I might need to either finish them or frog them. So I need to evaluate. When I cleaned, my whole house has been turned upside down because we threw out a 15-yard dumpster full of stuff, and we are reorganizing. We're getting the house ready to move. And my upstairs is still in a big mess because I got a new shelving unit in. But when I went through the stuff to put that in, I found a lot of projects that I forgot I even had. That I was like, oh, something needs to be done about this. So I'm going to have to
reevaluate process.
Yeah, I need to look at what's up there, and I either need to frog it or finish it. So that's what, once I get F or F, frog or finish, I got to do that. And Knittables on Instagram, her post reminded me that I ought to do that for my stuff, because there's just a few things that I'm never going to finish if I don't.
Right.
You know, I have to really think about. There's like a couple of pairs of socks.
Really?
Yeah, one of them the moths got to, so I was like, oh well.
Oh, there goes that decision.
It was socks that I was making for my husband. I was like, oh well.
Oh, I remember those, I think.
The gray ones,
yeah.
Sorry, the moths got to that yarn too bad for me to finish. I just threw them in the trash. I pulled the needle out and I just threw it.
At that point, you really can't save anything.
No, it was not. This was like serious moth damage. I found a moth infestation in the carpet underneath my bed when I cleaned. They ate the carpet.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Big hole. You can still see like the grid where they like latch all the wool, but the wool's all eaten. This is like a hole this big. That is where my moths came from. Well, that's where they've been
hiding.
So I did a
Multiplying.
huge moth. Like, I vacuumed the entire upstairs within an inch of its life. I have mothballs.
Yeah.
I have all of my stuff in mothballs. My stash is fine because I keep it in sealed bags with lavender and lavender soap. But anything that's just randomly laying out, if it fell into the carpet, it got moth damage.
See, that happened to a pair of my socks because it got underneath the bed, and I got some holes on it. My favorite, you remember my second blue moon, but I was able to fix them. But it just made me wonder if maybe something's not getting into my drawers. But maybe this weekend, well, not this weekend, next weekend, I'll have my husband take our bed apart so that because we have a king-size bed, and literally on each side of our bed, because our house is so small, we have this much room. I need to take the beds out. I had to push the bed all the way to one side of the room, vacuum, and then push the bed all the way to the other side of the room and vacuum. We wouldn't be able to do that because of the way our rooms are situated. But I think what we'll have to do is lift the mattress up. And we have a king-size bed, so we have two twin
that would have been
box
smarter.
springs.
I could have just taken the mattress off and vacuumed in the... Yeah. Oh, that would have saved a lot of trouble. I didn't think of it.
Should have asked me.
But I have my bedroom is huge because it's like the whole top of my house. So I can push it around.
Mine isn't.
No, you have 2 bedrooms up there.
And they're very narrow, long and narrow, but I'll have to talk to my husband about it.
But yeah, so I'm doing that. I'm doing some moth prevention up there. So that's why all my socks haven't been washed yet. They've been isolated in a bin with mothballs. And then I'll take them out and I'll isolate them in a trash bag out on the porch in the heat.
You'll isolate.
And then I'll put them
back
with
in the
mothballs.
freezer is what I got, but hey.
Then I'll put them back in with the mothballs. Then I'm going to wash them all in the actual washing machine.
I wash all my socks in the washing machine in cold water. Yeah. And usually in a lingerie bag. Yeah. And then hang them up to dry.
Yeah, that's the plan.
Except for the first wash.
Then I have to repair all the holes, so. Yeah.
The first wash always gets soaked. Usually. Not always, actually, now that I think about it. I'm just trying to think, do I? No. Actually, I don't. I don't soak my socks. You know how, like, if you block, I don't block my socks.
If I wash them, sometimes I have a bunch of sock blockers that I cut out of placemats. Yeah. I'll stick them on those sometimes just because the plastic in between helps the 2 sides dry better, and I just hang them up on something.
I just hang them up on like a coat rack downstairs. They're usually good.
Yeah. But that's what I'm working on, so that all has to be done. By the end of the summer, all this stuff should be done, and then I can have a normal life again. So future dates for me is finish it or frog it.
Finish or frog.
Bobbles and bling. Sorry.
I have 1 bobble and bling. It was a gift from Lois to me.
Because I was just at Lois's house.
It's a cute little bag with owls. This one's winking at me over here. I got a winking owl.
And Lois brought this to show me, to give to Sheila. And somebody on Instagram, I think it was Knit Kimber Knit, put a sock project in hers, and I was like, I don't think so. But I was able to fit a whole ball of yarn and a project in there. So it's pretty, it's like...
This project can't because it's actually 2 balls of yarn,
right. But it's...
You can.
It's like deceptively large.
The only thing I would say is you'd either have to have, like if you skeined it, you would have to have the skein bras, whatever the ball bras, whatever they're called. You know, the ones to keep the skeins together, or actually balled.
Yeah, I don't know. I put
only because if you, well, maybe not, because once you put it in, it's in.
I put a cake in, like a yarn cake in. Yeah, it's surprisingly big. This is Lois's Notions pouch. That's how she's doing her Notions pouches. So that's what that is. But she knows that Sheila likes.
I smell like
she got some really cute. Yeah, I put a yarn cake in there.
Yeah, you can. It would not be something I want to be pulling in and out, though.
No, I mean, I would use it, just put my project on the top and just leave the yarn in there, center pull. But I mean, it's supposed to be a notions pouch, so it's technically not even supposed to be used like this.
No, but you know what? I like it because that would be the perfect size for my next pair of socks to bring to work.
Yeah.
You know, this is my bag that I bring. It's kind of big in comparison.
I know.
And
but
then this is my bag
Kimber.
that I bring to work, and you know, this carries my lunch and anything else.
Thanks, Kimber, for letting us know that this is actually large enough to hold a project in. Who knew? So,
yeah.
Is that it for your Bobbles and Bling?
I believe so. I was not able to get to our post office today. So
yes.
if someone sent something, I apologize.
I
have my husband's car.
We are expecting 2 things in the post office box. Both of them are prizes for the shawl knit-along, the charity knit-along. And Sheila didn't go today because she didn't have the right car. She has the wrong set of keys.
Yeah.
So I'll probably pop over there sometime tomorrow or early next week when I have a chance, and we'll have whatever's in there next time.
Yeah.
Anyway, I bought one thing. This is my Bobbles and Bling. So my fairy godmother Netta gave me this Sock Monkey cup. It's a 16-ounce cup, and it came with the traditional Tervis lid that has a slider, so you can slide it closed and then it doesn't leak. But I want to make it into my car cup, and so when I was over at Bed Bath & Body Works, Bed Bath & Beyond. I always call it that.
Bed Bath & Body Works.
I blend the two. Bed Bath & Body Works. No. Bed Bath & Beyond. I was at Bed Bath & Beyond. They have a Tervis section.
Cool.
Which I always go there. So I got some more of these Tervis straws because somebody threw away some of mine. So I got 6 more. But I saw that they had these new lids that I had not seen before. They may not be new, but they are new to me. They have...
I like it.
You can put any straw in there, and it kind of like sucks to the straw. And I like that for in the car, so that I can just leave the straw in, and it won't leak the way that the other one can if I don't take the straw out and shut the...
Right.
And I can also just pull this out. I mean, normally in the other one, you put the fat part on the bottom so it doesn't jet out.
Right.
But I just put the... And you can put any straw in there, too. That thing, it's like rubberized, goes together. So I thought that was kind of cool. Because this is going to be my car cup. I like it. See, I still have ice.
Sorry, something's in my eye.
So, anyway, that was my only Bobbles and Bling this week, aside from a bunch of stuff to organize my house.
Crushes and heartbreaks?
You go first. She has to think.
Oh, my gosh. It's, well, a heartbreak. I got disappointed. I was denied my vacation time for Rhinebeck. And it was only 2 days. And apparently most of the people want to take October 1st through, 25th off in October. So I was a little upset. It was one of those, I'm quick to react.
I got a bad text. I have to read you the text because I was like, what? I was in Maine. This is the text that I got.
I texted her.
My vacation request got denied. Too many people out. Go without me. So I wrote, go where? Because I don't even know what you're talking about at first. Then I'm like, oh, Rhinebeck. But then I talked her off the ledge.
I get like that. So I went into a deep hole in the sense of I was on the verge of tears. And I'm like, damn it, I'm not going to do the podcast anymore. It was bad. Really, really bad. Like, I never get to go to these things. It was just like a 5-year-old having a tantrum.
And then I reminded her that even if she has to work, she can still go the exact same way she's gone for the last 3 years. So
what I'm hoping to do, and I won't know until October comes, the schedule comes closer to it, is see if I can either switch a day. I'm trying to get at least Friday off so that I can switch a day and leave Thursday and drive and still have Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. I can't take Monday off because that's still within the time frame that we're not allowed to have off. So I'll know more when my schedule comes up. It comes up 4 weeks in advance, which is a lot, but so I may try and ask some per diems to see if they'd cover me.
Yeah, just
because she doesn't count that for a vacation. I can't. I don't know.
The good news is our accommodations are flexible enough
Right.
so that you could come up on Thursday or you could come up on Friday night if you had to, and there's a place for you to stay.
Right.
So it's not like fortunately, it's flexible that way.
I know. I really would like to try and come up on Thursday. So that's my goal.
I think that would be good.
You know, ultimately, if somebody's willing to work both those days, that would be perfect. But I don't see that happening.
So on the waterfall effect from that is now I'm gonna stay an extra day. So it actually like worked out to be
For
good
you.
for me. But everybody would be very disappointed if you didn't come at all. So I hope that is not one of your plans, because that would make me angry. Angry.
You don't want me when I'm angry.
You don't want me to get angry.
So that was a heartbreak.
I got this out. I said to Lois, "Wait, what? What?" Lois is like, "Why is she freaking out? She could still come on Friday." I was like, "I know."
That's how my mind works sometimes.
I know.
It's
She
either all
just
or
was
nothing.
like, "Bam!" Not even going. I was like, "Whoa, wait."
Yeah, it wasn't good. Trying to think. Work is going good. I've done a couple of heel sticks on some babies.
Oh,
I've drawn a 2-year-old, I think is the youngest I've drawn so far. I'm learning the front, which is good and bad. Because now the secretaries like how I do it up there, that they want me to do it, because, you know,
Yeah.
I go a little bit above and beyond. I do some things for them. Work's still going good. I mean, again, you get people who are people, and...
Jack, can you please be quiet? My son has a friend over.
What else is going on? We did had a lot of family time last week, and it was kind of nice. My dad is going back to China. That's not nice, but...
No, but it's good that he has work that he enjoys doing, and, you know...
Yeah, it's not work anymore.
No, he just goes there?
He's semi-retired.
So he just likes to go to China?
He likes living in China with his girlfriend.
Well, it's nice that he has a girlfriend and that he likes to live in China. It's not great for you, but I'm glad that your dad has, you know...
My brother and I have been talking about it. I have some issues there. My brother and I have been working through our issues.
Well, all I know is when I saw the picture of your dad, I realized that you are a clone of him. Like, I was like, oh. And I also realized I've known you since 2008. Is that right? 2007 or 2008. I've never met your dad.
I think you met him.
I do not think I have.
I think you have.
I've met your stepdad multiple times.
No, my dad's been around.
I just don't think I've ever... When I was at the hospital, I only ever saw your stepdad when I was there. I know your dad
was there.
I know your dad went to the hospital, but
my dad was here. Yeah,
that would like be one place where I would have run into him.
Yeah, well, either that or a birthday party.
But at the birthday parties, usually that's when your dad's gone.
Yeah,
so I don't think I have met him before in real life.
I don't know.
I know, isn't that weird? I was like, I can't believe that.
Yeah, I don't know. I can't see my dad in me, but that's just because I'm.
You are
biased.
A clone of him.
Yeah.
I was like, oh my gosh.
I hope that's a good thing.
No, I love it when people look like their family. You don't look like a man. I'm not saying that.
No, I don't mean it that way.
I just said, I'm like, oh my God, you look like your dad. Like, I love that. It's like the way that Max looks like you. I just think it's interesting. That familial.
Okay. I'm trying to think what else is going on. School starts soon.
Yay. I can't complain now. My kids have only been with me 2 weeks since the beginning of the summer. So.
I can't complain either because I'm never home.
You're never home. We really can't complain.
I just, it will be a little bit of a stress relief knowing that they're not home on their own.
Yes.
I have a 13-year-old. He babysits my 10-year-old. He's got a little bit of anger issues, I think. No, I can't call them anger issues because they play really well together, but I think he gets upset. Let me rephrase this. He gets embarrassed when my youngest gets upset outside and cries, which I think, is normal. But it's like, he's crying for a reason. Stop throwing a ball at him and find out why he's crying.
It's frustrating. It's kind of like the way... the kids never liked to play with the very younger ones in our knitting group because they couldn't understand them and they were like always crying or upset about something, and it's like, I can't even deal with you. But yeah, I'm sure it's hard on him.
Oh, I'm sure.
He's a teenager.
Yeah.
He's entering the rough teenage years.
Yeah, he has a quick little example. So, I forgot my cell phone at home one day, just this week, which is probably a good thing, although I never use my cell phone at work. Everyone else does, but I don't. And I call him from work, and this is how he answers the phone. Now, I'm calling from work. He knows somewhat what the work number is because I told him what to look for. What? I go, excuse me? I said, is that the proper way of answering a phone? No. I said, then answer it properly. Hello? I'm like, thank you. So I talked to him, told him I was leaving. Bye, sweetheart. Bye. I love you. Bye. I love you. Bye. I'm like, Maxwell, I love you too.
Oh, he's like, a teenager.
Oh, I know, but it's like, you know what? I don't care. It wasn't like he was, if he was in public with a phone, I would never require that.
Maybe he secretly had a friend over.
No. We have cameras. No.
I was trying to give him an out there. I was trying to give him an out.
No. So, if he was in public with that, I would never ask him to do that.
No, I
Just
know.
like when my husband's at work, I never ask him to say I love you back. I don't require that. You know, it can be embarrassing. But when you're at home and I'm calling you, yeah. Because you know what? My husband, I get me too all the time.
Yeah.
And I don't want a me too from them as well. But yeah, the hello, what? I'm like, excuse me?
What if that had been your boss calling? You know, like, not that it would have been, but it could have been a professional call.
Maybe they were looking for me. Maybe something happened. Yeah, I'll have to bring that up.
Bring that up to him. That would
because even though it's my phone number that you think it's me, it may not be me.
It could be someone for your dad. It could be someone calling, you know.
Well, I'm wondering if it came up as the hospital that I work for. Because, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like a caller ID. But that doesn't necessarily mean
it's you. It could have been somebody calling with test results or somebody calling to make an appointment.
Exactly. Yeah.
And they don't need to have somebody going, what? Some teenager. I'd be like,
I'll have to ask him when I get home today. How does it come up when I call?
Oh, yeah. That's good.
Yeah, I will. So, I think that's all.
My crush is I finally have shit vinyl in my house. It was quite an ordeal because, first of all, we had already removed the floor in our kitchen. We had a Pergo, an IKEA Pergo style floor. Pergo's a brand name. It was a laminated click together that totally didn't work on my floor because my floor is like a roller coaster. So there were these places where it had gapped and chipped because of the gap. And if anybody walked into our house to buy it, they would be saying, what is wrong with this floor? Now they will be saying, oh, what lovely shit vinyl on this floor. And, you know, maybe they'll say, when I move in, I'm going to change it to Pergo. And I'm all about that because when they go to change it to Pergo, they'll be like, oh, now I have to hire a general contractor. Just because the floor needs to be leveled and it's going to require somebody to do significant work. Like the cabinets would have to come up. It's a whole thing. I wouldn't attempt it on this floor unless I was going to gut the kitchen. And we're not going to gut the kitchen because we're moving. Jack? What? I can still hear you. How about shutting the door?
Okay, that'll be pretty.
But they slam.
I'm waiting for the second door to shut. My son has 2 doors. I guess one of them might have already been shut. It's, you know, they're playing inside. They can't help it, but it could be worse. So anyway, it was troublesome because when we pulled the foam layer up the day before the floor guy came, there was a giant puddle in the corner of it wasn't a puddle, it was a giant damp spot in the corner of my kitchen. Which is not good.
Not typically.
Rusty had to put a big fan, Rusty the floor guy, had to put a big fan on it all day to get it to dry before he could level the floor. So that delayed things. It probably would have only taken 2 days if my floor hadn't been damp. We realized the reason that it got damp is because when we painted, we took one of the gutters out. So at this point in time, it's shooting straight out the side of the house, and it's soaked. You know how bad it rained when we were up in Maine? It soaked the, but where it hits, it like jets off. It goes down it shoots down to the deck, and then it jets into the house like that. And it soaked the corner of the house so much that it like made my floor damp, and it got in the basement. So, I mean, obviously when we put the spout back on the right way, I don't know why Jim didn't put those on before we left, but I guess he just didn't think it was a big deal. Because we've never had water come in there ever, so I was like, what now? Yeah. But anyway, Rusty took care of that. We had to move our refrigerator, and my husband, who had done the plumbing to hook the refrigerator up so it can make ice, realized that the valve that he bought to do it does not shut off. So in order to move it, we had to find a way to cap off the end of the tube after we took it off of the refrigerator, or we would have been without water for 4 days, because the only way to shut that particular pipe off would be to turn off the water at the street.
Really?
So now he's got to put it back together, but we need to call the plumber in to install a valve so that next time somebody wants to move the refrigerator, they do not have to go through what we did. It was very simple. We had to buy a special kind of valve cap that goes on the plastic tubing and holds it under pressure. But there was touch and go until we figured out that solution. Thanks to the people at Home Depot, I was like, oh my God, we're going to have to go to a hotel because we will have no water for 4 days. So there was that. Then we had to rent this giant thing to move all the, we had to move the refrigerator, the pantry cabinet, the bathroom, floor-to-ceiling cabinet, and the sink. That took some time. The good news is, and my crush is, too, we cleaned out our freezer and refrigerator completely. Like, we have no food in there, basically. We stripped it down to the bare minimum. And I had already organized the bathroom cabinets, so that was really easy. That was already stripped down.
Good.
So I feel lighter. I feel more organized. I'll be happy when we're able to finally get everything back to normal in the kitchen. It's still not hooked up. The refrigerator's still not hooked up to water because my husband wants to work on it during the daytime in case something goes wrong and we need to go to Home Depot so that we don't have to be without water.
Right.
It's very inconvenient to turn your water off at the main, so
yeah.
We don't want to go through that. So my bathroom floor looks terrific. We looked into, we have this horrible laminate fake tile. It's like sheeting, laminate sheeting that's on the walls above the tile. We took the opportunity while the cabinets were moved to look underneath the laminate sheeting, and it ain't good. So we were looking at either having it gutted to the studs above the paneling, above the tile, or replacing the laminate with another kind of covering, and we decided we would put beadboard in. That'll look really nice. We can do it ourselves. It's not very expensive. So that's the new plan. And then once that's done, I'll have the guy come and spray the pink tiles cream, and then we will officially be ready to put our house on the market. The bathroom and the kitchen will be done. We have to paint our kitchen, but there's a couple of little things that have to be done in there. But the major things that needed to be done were the 2 floors, the tiles, and the wall above the tile in that bathroom. I don't know what those people were thinking that we bought the house from. It was gray, horrible gray. It just always looked dirty. You could clean it within an inch of its life, but it just looked dirty because it was gray. The new tile is much nicer, and it feels good on your feet.
Yeah. That's good.
So I'm very happy. Those are my crushes, and I don't really have any heartbreaks other than that I'm just really tired of living in, like, I made my husband move the refrigerator last night because I couldn't take looking at it in my living room anymore.
Yeah, I don't blame you.
The good news was you could, like, stand up and just lean over and take a drink out of the fridge, but I just can't live like that. So today I've been trying, that's why I'm all sweaty, I've been trying to get everything back to normal. So that's it for my crushes and heartbreaks. Oops, Bobbles and Bling. I just threw my pen.
You did Bobbles and Bling
Oh,
already.
gossip and innuendo. I was thinking gossip and innuendo in my brain, but Bobbles and Bling came out.
So we have 3 prizes we're giving away.
Oh, I forgot something. Sorry.
I'll start talking. Is that okay?
I forgot something. I forgot a Bobbles and Bling.
Oh.
I forgot that I was given a pattern by Sarah Mims. Oops. And it is called
Oh, excuse me.
Banberry Cowl by Admit
I'm
You
sorry.
Knit Design.
I was given that cowl as well.
So Sheila was as well, and this is what it looks like. It's very pretty. It is 208 stitches, and it's knitting around, and it's shown in Anzula Oasis or 2 skeins of Ella Ray Lace Merino Worsted. So it's really pretty. They have a picture of it. It's a big cowl. See?
Mm.
And I don't know if there are 2 sizes. Yes, there are 2 sizes. One is smaller and one is larger. It's a cute little pattern, and we thank you. Sarah Mims is the designer's name, and she's also known as Admit You Knit on Ravelry. So
Cool.
thank you.
Thank you.
All right, now we can go to Gossip and
okay.
Innuendo.
So Gossip and Innuendo, we have quite a few prizes. The first one is for the Mited Square contest. PDF.
Yep.
It's from Cooperative Press.
Yeah.
Appreciate it. So the number generator picked number 7, which is Betty 4 Fiber, Betty. And her favorite squares are the colored squares.
Yay,
So Betty will get in touch with Cooperative Press.
Yes,
right?
I will be giving your name to Cooperative Press, Betty, so you can be expecting to receive the Mitered Square PDF file on your Ravelry PM.
So our July Stash Down winner is number 26. 126, I apologize. 126, Phoenix Fire. She knit socks. And
Her name is Tracy.
In doing so, Tracy, you now own, or will own,
Another pair of
Koigu
sock yarn.
sock yarn. It's the Koigu's Painter's Palette Premium Merino.
KPPPM.
And is, oh, I just undid that.
I don't think it
Color
has
code P334, dial-up 143. And they are matching skeins, just so you know. There is no color on it. It's
it looks like a fall color, so these will be nice for fall socks.
It's really
got
pretty.
some oranges and some brown and a little bit of blue.
Reminds me of Pebbles for some
Yes,
reason.
it's very
And
pretty.
I don't mean Pebbles as in Flintstones. I mean on the sand.
It's pretty.
It's very pretty. It's got greens
So-
and oranges and grays. And
Tracy, if you, Phoenix Fire, a.k.a. Tracy, if you would PM Sheila your address.
your snail mail. I will send it out soon.
And then Tour de Fleece. I'm so pleased for everybody who worked on Tour de Fleece. I was such a lagger because I was so busy with my house. I did not get much done. But I brought out the prize that I tried to give away last year that no one ever claimed. This is Gale's Art Polworth Silk. 85% Polworth, 15% silk, 4 ounces in the hydrangea colorway. This is a beautiful fiber. And there's the label from Gale's Art. And this is going to have a new home with BJ Holly, who spun Into the World Shetland in the Bonnie colorway, or was Bonnie? No, Bonnie's her name.
Bonnie is her name.
Sorry, Bonnie. BJ Holly, I recognize
Just trying
that
to read
name.
my notes.
I know, Sheila wrote it down. Sheila did the prize thing.
Sorry.
So this is going to be coming to you. Congratulations on Tour de Fleece. Bonnie, if you would just send Sheila your snail mail so that she can send it out to you, that would be awesome. So that's 3 contests down. We will open up the August stash down unless, have we done it?
No, not yet. No,
we will
'cause
open
I
it up.
completely forgot.
The last thing is I told you Carrie Weimer, who's Coggy from High Fiber Diet, has a new pattern.
Speaking today.
I know, it's what the heck. It's a new pattern that she put out, and it's called, to find it, it's called Went a Courtin'. And this is what it looks like. I can't get a very good picture of it. It is a textured and lace long cowlet, and it's themed on the Froggy Went a Courtin', that song. Froggy went a courtin' and he did riding. And it has lace that's reminiscent of a frog and reminiscent of a lily pad. So it's really pretty. It's very well written, I think.
Nice charts.
Yes, Carrie did a good job designing it. And it's a nice little pattern. And it can be yours if you do
the price
a
is right.
contest.
No.
If the price is right. It can be yours if you post in the contest thread for Winnicourt and Cowl pattern and tell me what yarn you would knit it in. It's super cute. I love the idea behind it. I love it when designers are inspired by something.
Right.
And when you look at it, you really do see frogs and lily pads. So I just think it's very clever.
That's cute.
So thank you to Coggy for sharing that with us and allowing us to do a little contest. So I will put a thread up for that. And I think we have done everything. Yes.
All right. So we have all the fiber-related happenings on our blog, right?
On the show notes.
Show notes.
At the end. And I will be at Fiber Revival tomorrow for anybody who happens to be there. I'm probably going to bring my wheel and hang out with my friends and spin. So if you see me, come by and say hello. Or I might be in Jess's booth bugging
I
her.
have family obligations. I apologize.
But I'm looking forward to that because I am going to try to get some spinning done.
That would be good.
And I'm going to be able to see some people that I don't get to see very often up there. So that'll be fun.
Oh, good. Next week we should be recording without any issues. You're not going anywhere?
I don't think anybody's going anywhere next week. I am getting my hair done next week, but...
Do we know a day yet?
Wednesday, but it's in the evening. It's like at 4:15 or something.
So we'll have to record on a Thursday.
Yeah, probably. It might be.
Yeah. I think on that note,
that's all it is.
Thanks for watching.
Knit with Heart.
Knit with Heart. Have a good week.
Bye.